3, 3, 2, 3. So I found my low spot here. I got a line as soon as that goes up. I'm at 3. As soon as it changed, 3. I come back, 2, 2, 3. I got a line. I come right back to the middle, and I work my way to the side. Same thing, watching for a change, going up. Now, as you're searching along, all of a sudden, it might get lower in one direction. So you got to shift over and start working that same spot the same way. Now, when I'm done bracketing X, Y, you'll wind up with a box that could be, if it's a deep burial, it could be 3, 4 feet wide. If it's a shallow burial like these are going to be no bigger than a foot if you got it right when you're done. That box will be a foot. What I like to do, because this is truly the time saver, this is the fastest part of the search without a doubt, is I go back to the center of that box I made, and I re-bracket one more time, and I might even reach out, because I might be getting a false reading here through the snow, depending on how that person's buried. So I just make a reach in each direction, just to recheck myself, and then I'm probing, dead center in that box I got. No shovels come out till you have a strike with the probe. They have proven time and time again that to dig without having a probe hit is a thorough waste of time. Thorough. So when you make that probe hit and you're probing perpendicular to whatever slope you're on, so if it's like this, your probe is going in like that. You're 90 degrees to your slope, the probe stays in. You step downhill 1.5 times the depth of that probe and you start to dig into the hill. You're trying to make a platform where you're going to be able to drag a body out, possibly have to do first aid, whatever. But you can't dig on top of them and expect to get them out. You have to come in below, making this platform, and probably dealing with the person fairly gingerly. You have no idea what condition they're in at this point, right?
And some of that is also, you know, when you're coming in horizontally like that, you're trying to lift as little snow as possible, right? You're not digging like this. You might have to dig in like this some, but you're trying to scoop it out, shovel on edge, and pushing it back as much as you can, conveying it out of there because it's just too tiring to dig it out.
The other thing too, you know, if you're starting to get, like if your readings are fluctuating and stuff, try holding your beacon like that. See if it reads you differently. Because it's all dependent on how that other beacon, like what angle it's at. That's how the flux line comes out, right? So just a little thing to be aware of. They're usually not going to be perfectly horizontal, you know what I mean? There's going to be something to it. So you just got to find that happy zone safe. But it all happens really quick. I mean, a good fine search is done in 30, 40 seconds, I'd say, if you're really moving along. And the thing that also happens with a lot of people who are not really experienced is you got to remember this is a processor. It can only process at a certain rate. So if you move through there really quick, you could constantly be between the flux that's coming off of this. So what I do, my own personal thing to slow myself down, is I use a cadence. I lift and I put down. I lift and I put down. And it makes me stop for that second so that I can get the reading. Everybody's got a different technique, but I have always found that works for me, and it reminds me to take that little hesitation. Okay?
What will happen if you go too fast is it'll be a quiet second. Sometimes it'll go.